Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Riley Keough is an American actress, model, and producer known for her magnetic screen presence and deep connection to one of Hollywood's most famous families. Born Danielle Riley Keough on May 29, 1989, in Santa Monica, California, she is the daughter of singer-songwriter Lisa Marie Presley and musician Danny Keough, and the eldest grandchild of Elvis and Priscilla Presley. Despite growing up in the shadow of such legendary figures, Riley has carved her own distinctive path in film and television, earning acclaim for her nuanced performances and quiet intensity. She began her career as a model in her teens, working with top designers such as Dolce and Gabbana and appearing in Vogue. Her early exposure to the fashion world soon transitioned into acting, and she made her film debut in 2010 with the Runaways, portraying Marie Currie alongside Kristen, Stewart and Dakota Fanning. It marked the beginning of a career defined by eclectic choices and emotional honesty. Riley's breakthrough came with Steven Soderbergh's Magic Mike, 2012, where her understated charm stood out in the ensemble cast. She went on to star in a string of critically praised independent films, including Jack and Diane, 2012, Mad Max, Fury Road, 2015, and American Honey, 2016. In American Honey, her performance as Crystal, the fierce leader of a traveling sales crew, showcased her ability to blend vulnerability with a commanding screen presence. The role earned her an Independent Spirit Award nomination and solidified her reputation as one of the most compelling young actresses of her generation. In television, Keough gained widespread recognition for her haunting portrayal of Christine Reed in Soderbergh's The Girlfriend Experience, 2016. Her performance, a delicate mix of intellect, sensuality, and detachment, earned Golden Globe and Critics' Choice nominations. She continued to take on challenging and unconventional roles, including in Under the Silver Lake, 2018, Zola, 2020, and The Devil All the Time, 2020. Beyond acting, Riley has emerged as a creative force behind the camera. With her husband, stuntman-turned-director Ben Smith Peterson, she co-founded Felix Culpa, a production company focused on amplifying unique, often female-driven stories. She produced the acclaimed series Daisy Jones and the Six, 2023, based on Taylor Jenkins Reid's novel, in which she also starred as Daisy. The series, a 1970s rock epic, was especially poignant given her musical lineage, and Keough's electric performance earned her an Emmy nomination. Off-screen, Riley has faced profound personal loss, including the death of her brother Benjamin Keough in 2020 and her mother Lisa Marie Presley in 2023. Through it all, she has carried herself with grace and authenticity, often speaking about grief, family, and the legacy of her grandfather, Elvis Presley. Today, Riley Keough stands as a powerful voice in modern cinema, not merely an heir to fame, but a creator and storyteller in her own right. With her fearless approach to acting and producing, she continues to redefine what it means to be a Hollywood legacy, someone who honors her roots while forging an identity uniquely her own. Riley Keough's life and career reflect a rare blend of old Hollywood heritage and modern artistic independence. Although she was born into one of the most famous families in American culture, her journey has been defined by introspection and self-determination rather than celebrity. From a young age, Riley was surrounded by music and fame. Her grandfather Elvis Presley remains a towering icon, and her mother Lisa Marie Presley was a talented musician in her own right. Yet Riley has often said she was raised with a sense of normalcy, largely due to her father Danny Keough, a musician who emphasized simplicity and grounded living. Her parents' separation when she was 6 meant Riley spent her time between Los Angeles and Hawaii, living between two vastly different worlds, one steeped in fame and the other modest and artistic. This duality shaped her perspective on fame and authenticity, themes that later surfaced in her work. Despite her lineage, she never leaned heavily on her Presley name. She built her reputation through the strength of her performances rather than her last name. After making her mark in independent cinema, Keough began collaborating with major filmmakers who admired her fearless approach. Her roles in films like It Comes at Night, 2017, and The Lodge, 2019, showcased her affinity for complex psychological narratives. She became a favorite in the A24 sphere, known for her ability to bring a quiet emotional depth to surreal or unsettling material. Directors often note her subtlety, the way she can communicate turmoil with just a glance or silence. In Daisy Jones and the Six, 2023, Riley delivered one of the most transformative performances of her career. As Daisy, she embodied a charismatic yet self-destructive rock singer navigating fame, love, and addiction. Her portrayal resonated not only because of its artistry but because of its personal echoes. Music is in her blood. Riley performed all her own vocals for the series, proving her versatility as both an actress and musician. The show earned critical acclaim and several awards, with many calling it her defining role. Outside her professional achievements, Riley has often spoken about the importance of mental health, resilience, and finding meaning after loss. The tragic passing of her brother Benjamin Keough deeply affected her. She has since dedicated time to understanding grief and finding spiritual balance. When her mother, Lisa Marie Presley, passed away in 2023, Riley became the heir to Graceland and the Presley estate. She handled the transition with grace, ensuring that her family's legacy would be preserved respectfully, not sensationalized. Riley's marriage to Ben Smith Peterson in 2015 marked another chapter of stability and creative partnership in her life. The couple welcomed a daughter in 2022, continuing the Presley lineage. Together, they channeled their creativity through their production company, Felix Culpa, Happy Fault, in Latin, which focuses on stories with emotional and artistic depth. What sets Riley Keough apart is her refusal to conform to Hollywood expectations. She gravitates toward stories that explore vulnerability, identity, and the human psyche, often portraying women who are both fragile and fierce. She has said she is drawn to roles that make her uncomfortable, seeing discomfort as a catalyst for truth. Today, Riley Keough stands as one of the most respected actresses of her generation, not only for her talent but for her integrity and quiet strength. She honors her heritage not by imitating it, but by evolving it. Through her work as an actress, producer, and creative visionary, she continues to carry the Presley spirit into a new artistic era, one defined by honesty, depth, and emotional courage. Riley Keough's artistic identity has evolved into something deeply introspective and richly layered, a reflection of both her heritage and her independent creative instincts. Over the past decade, she has quietly built one of the most interesting resumes in modern cinema, balancing prestige projects with daring indie films. What distinguishes her is not only her talent but her instinct for choosing roles that challenge expectations and reveal emotional truth. Critics often describe Keough as a chameleon. She can slip into any role, no matter how intense or offbeat, without losing authenticity. Her performances are often understated yet magnetic, drawing viewers in through subtle gestures rather than overt drama. Whether playing a seductive escort in The Girlfriend Experience, a haunted mother in The Lodge, or a world-weary drifter in American Honey, she brings a rare sense of realism to her characters. Her collaboration with visionary directors has been a cornerstone of her career. With Steven Soderbergh, she found a creative ally. He directed her in Magic Mike and the Girlfriend Experience, and later cast her in Logan Lucky, 2017. Andrea Arnold, who directed American Honey, once described Riley as fearless, a performer unafraid to expose vulnerability in pursuit of emotional truth. Her work with directors like Trey Edward Schultz, It Comes at Night, and David Robert Mitchell, Under the Silver Lake, further cemented her reputation as a daring and sophisticated actress who thrives in emotionally ambiguous territory. In interviews, Keough has spoken about her fascination with human psychology and the complexity of moral gray areas. She often gravitates toward roles that explore trauma, grief, and survival, themes she understands on a personal level. Following the loss of her brother and mother, Riley began to speak more openly about healing and the spiritual aspects of grief. She has expressed an interest in using storytelling as a form of catharsis, both for herself and for audiences navigating similar experiences. Riley's work as a producer also highlights her evolving vision. Through her company Felix Culpa, she aims to tell stories that are visually striking, emotionally raw, and unafraid of discomfort. Under her guidance, the company has produced a growing number of acclaimed independent projects that focus on female perspectives and unconventional storytelling. Keough is part of a new generation of actresses, alongside names like Kristen Stewart and Florence Pugh, who are redefining Hollywood's boundaries by merging arthouse sensibilities with mainstream visibility. Her cultural significance also extends beyond film and television. As Elvis Presley's granddaughter, she represents a living link to one of the most enduring legacies in American entertainment. Yet she has managed to carry that legacy with elegance, choosing to honor it through quiet stewardship rather than public spectacle. As the heir to Graceland and the Presley estate, Riley has become both guardian and modern interpreter of her family's history, ensuring that Elvis's legacy continues to be celebrated with authenticity and respect. Despite her lineage and fame, those who have worked with Riley often describe her as humble, introspective, and deeply professional. She is known for her meticulous preparation and her empathy toward collaborators on set. She avoids celebrity culture, preferring privacy and creative immersion to Hollywood glamour. As of the mid-2020s, Riley Keough's career shows no signs of slowing down. She continues to work across genres, from intimate dramas to large-scale series, while developing projects that reflect her own sensibilities as a storyteller. Her journey mirrors that of an artist constantly evolving, one who finds beauty in imperfection and truth in complexity. Riley Keough is not just the descendant of a legend. She is a modern icon in her own right, a symbol of resilience, artistry, and emotional intelligence. Through her work, she bridges past and present.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.